Welcome to Democrats Abroad Germany Weekly Update for the week of March 15th through March 21st, 2020. I'm Angela Fobbs.
And I'm Vivian. How are you doing, Angela?
Oh, well, we're on coronavirus lockdown, so at least at my house we are.
Yeah.
It's not all over Germany yet, but a lot of schools and universities and other things have been closed or canceled.
Yeah.
So in that same vein, due to the coronavirus, Democrats Abroad is postponing all events from Friday, March 13th through the end of March.
Okay.
We encourage everybody to stay home as much as possible, avoid large gatherings, and in our cases, sometimes small gatherings. Keep in touch with your friends and family and your neighbors, of course, via the internet or telephone. And right now, we're looking at which of our events can be held online, what tools we can use, and we'll keep you posted as we assess at the end of the month what we're going to do about events, depending on how bad the virus spread is. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that we got our global presidential primary out of the way before all of this hit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things that we can do at home, and it's true that now that the global presidential primary is over, that our focus really shifts on people that are living abroad. They need to get their ballot, right?
Yes, that is 100% true. Definitely, the first thing you need to do, if you haven't already done it, is request your ballot for November at votefromabroad.org. Please don't wait. There are a lot of things that are going to happen between now and the time when the ballots are released, which is September 19th, 45 days before the election. And you don't want to have to wait to the last minute to get your ballot or vote on a provisional ballot. It's completely unnecessary. You can go up to votefromabroad.org and we're going to take you there and show you the website in just a second. It's very important.
I had just, this was some really interesting statistics that came out from the 2016 election, that there is 7 million eligible voters living abroad, living outside the United States. And during 2016, when Trump claimed the presidency, only 7% of those people living abroad actually voted. So it's really important that we reach out to people and make sure that they actually are getting their ballots and not dropping the ball or not finishing the process, because sometimes in some states it's not so easy.
Yeah, that's
right. It takes a little bit more effort.
That's right. It can take some time to get things worked out. And if you have a problem, it's easier to work it out now than it will be on October 15th or something like this.
Yeah.
It's really important that you request your ballot now and if you have family members that are eligible to vote, your adult children or friends, husband, wife, whatever, boyfriend, doesn't matter. If they're an American, they need to get registered to vote and have their ballot requested as soon as possible.
Yeah, so, okay, I did that. I have my ballot requested. They sent me my primary ballot, so I'm pretty sure that they're going to send me my ballot for the November elections. So what else can we do if we've already done that?
Well, there's a whole bunch of things that we can do. I'm going to take you guys to democratsabroad.org/DE_help 2020 and show you a number of things that we can do. Just pull it up. And let me just pull it up. If I could just do that. Sometimes everything isn't as simple as what people would like to believe. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. Can you see the screen okay?
I can see the screen.
Yeah. All right. So we have a collection of things that people can do. If you have any other ideas that you think that would be helpful, please go ahead and send them to me at communications@democratsabroad.de. So the
Okay.
first thing on the list, is, of course, register yourself to vote. We just talked about that. So the next thing on the list, I'm just gonna click this link, and it's gonna pull up I Will Vote. This is a place you can send this link, post this link on your Facebook page or Instagram or Twitter or whatever social media platform you're using, LinkedIn, doesn't matter where it is, I Will Vote, and it will allow you to go and check your registration. I vote in Florida, so I want to either register to vote or check if I'm registered. So if I go to that link, click it, it will bring me to the Florida system. And I'm not going to put all my information in there, but you can easily check it out. So it's a good thing. Yeah, it's a good thing to do to make sure for people who in the States and abroad to make sure that they haven't been purged out of the voter list. And if you have been purged, then just go ahead, if you're in the States, go ahead and fill out register to vote. Like there's a link right here to visit the register to vote florida.gov, and it will take you to their website, which is very, very slow.
Well, that's why we use the, okay, yeah.
That's right. That's right. So if you're if you're overseas out of the country, you can go to votefromabroad.org, and there's a lot of information about the upcoming primaries. There's a little help section if you're having problems, and if you're having problems, you can always just click this little help bubble.
Oh, okay.
And then click this help bubble and then type a message, and then someone will reply to you as soon as possible. It's a really great way to get help. It is also a great way to request your ballot. It's super simple. You just fill out your information, and there's some steps that I'm not going to go through the whole thing here, but it takes about less than 10 minutes to request your ballot. And you can actually also sign your ballot online and send it via email with this website. So you don't have to print it out, unless, of course, your state requires a printed form sent. Either way, whether you can send it via email or send it during regular postal mail, it's super simple, and anybody can take advantage of this if they're living abroad. So please request your ballot, and if it's possible, request your ballot to be delivered by email. I get my ballot delivered by email, even though I have to mail it back in the postal mail. It's just much quicker. I can print it out, vote, put it in an envelope, send it back, and I've never had a problem using it.
Okay, that's really neat.
Yeah, let's go back to our help page.
Okay, what else we got on here? Phone banking.
Yes, phone banking. Phone banking is a great way to help. You can sign up for phone banking. We have a couple of videos up here to show you how simple it is. And on Thursday, March 19th at 7:45 p.m., our Stuttgart chapter will be having a phone banking training that anyone can attend. It's online. You have to RSVP to attend, but it would be well if you're not sure about phone banking and you want to talk it through with live people. This is a great opportunity to start phone banking. Our next campaign starts in April, so now is the perfect time to get everything set up and practice, learn more about it so that you're ready, so that we can really hit it and make sure all of our members around the world, those are the people that you'll be talking to, strictly just our members around the world, can remember to request their ballot or even send their ballots back. That's another important part of voting. When you get your ballot, you really need to send it back. It's very important.
Yeah, so that's phone banking is actually it's really I do it, and it's not that hard. You're not talking to some stranger. You know, you're not calling random people. You are calling Democrats Abroad members, and it doesn't cost you anything. So,
Yes,
you know, that,
yes.
and you can do it like day or night. So like if you're having a sleepless night, actually, you can go online and start phone banking and be calling people in the States or calling people in Japan, in the Asian region.
That's
So
right. That's
it's
right.
it's really something that you can do anytime, day or night. So
Yeah,
I think it's a cool idea.
all our campaigns are tailored to be time zone sensitive. So nobody's ever going to call you in Germany at like 10 o'clock at night or something like that. We have cutoff hours so that you can call different time zones at different periods, but it's super helpful and it helps turn out the vote.
Yep.
And it's very important that everybody vote this year. The way that Donald Trump has handled the coronavirus situation, pandemic situation, is terrible.
Yeah.
And I just read an article today that he accepts no responsibility for how things are. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard.
But what do you expect? You know,
Well,
that's you're going to have to expect that from this guy's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is true. He's not a good person, and he's very self-involved and a little bit too well, he's just too Trumpy. Well, just there's no other way to describe it. There aren't a lot of people like him, thank goodness.
And he's
Yeah,
definitely too Trumpy.
Trumpy. Yeah. You know, there's a word, Trumpery.
Trumpery.
Trumpery, and it means basically like I can't give you the proper definition, so I'm going to give you the Angela like, sideways definition. But it's just you're just like full of BS and doing wrong things. And that's trumpery. And so it totally fits. It's so weird.
A word. That's real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. So
I believe you.
all right.
So what is this? What is this thing down here? This social media warriors team.
Okay. Social media warriors. Social media warriors is an idea. Actually, I opened it up here. It's an idea of what I came up with because of all the bots that are out there now, like feeding social media with negative things, trying to dissuade. Their main purpose is to depress the vote and make people not vote for Democrats. So once we have a candidate, we actually after the DNC convention, we're going to just support our candidate with memes and articles, and we're going to do it en masse. So this is your opportunity to join. I'm gonna send out an email to everybody really soon that's joined, and we're gonna save our democracy by not using bots, but by using people who actually care. And so we're gonna pump up our candidate and support
real people.
With real people.
Okay.
And it's gonna work. So join the social media warriors, and again, you can find the link to that on our Help 2020 page.
Oh yeah, that's very nice. That's so helpful there that you put everything on there, Angela.
Yeah, we've got everything consolidated onto this one page, so you don't have to search our whole website and find all this stuff, because it's all over the place, but here it is in one actual place.
Yeah. Okay, so we have tear off the vote from abroad sheets and hang them in business or the cards.
Yeah, so this is something that depending on the situation, the coronavirus situation, you could go out to your stores or bulletin boards and hang out these sheets, these tear-off sheets. I made a little video about how to do it, how simple it is. People are still going to stores. People are still doing things, even if they've slowed down. You can also leave cards at businesses like hair salons, barbershops, stores, restaurants, and more. And if you need any of those cards, you can contact your chapter chair, or you can contact gotv at democratsabroad.de.
Oh yeah,
and you can also download this tear-off sheet too. You can print it out and then just put it up around in your stores, in your city, or wherever there's a place where you can hang stuff. Americans are everywhere, and we have to do everything we can to find them.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's this, of course, this donating.
Yes.
You can,
yes.
Because all of this getting the vote out stuff, we're all volunteers, and a lot of people don't realize that Democrats Abroad is run entirely by volunteers, and it's donation based.
That's
and
right.
If you could just give even like the price of a cup of coffee, a month, if you were willing to give up a price of a cup of coffee per month, €5 or €3 or whatever, and become a sustaining donor, this helps immensely. When we do our call banking, we're using a service, and that's not free.
That's true.
That costs money.
It's not free, and running advertising, if you've seen our ads on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else, in newspapers or anything like that, we are paying for that with money. All of our phone banking tools, our website is paid for by Democrats Abroad International, and you can also donate to them because they too are all volunteers, and everything is running on donations. So you can donate with a credit card for DA International, and you can become a sustaining member by doing a $1.50 Auftrag from your bank account, €4 or €5 a month or more if you like. You can make it a one-time donation, monthly, quarterly, whatever is more comfortable for you. And hopefully it's not more comfortable not to donate. We hope that you will donate.
This is really, to me, it's the most important election of my lifetime. And what happens in November, it will shape the future of my child and my nieces and nephews, and not only for the people in America, but everyone across the globe. I mean, really, the way the United States government is run, it affects the entire world. And we have a duty, we have a responsibility, I think, to fight for that change. We really do.
Right. That's right. And I don't want to, I don't discount the fact that people are concerned about their lives of their children, but also you should be concerned about your own life too. Because if you're not like 80 years old, you're going to be here to see the drastic changes, climate change, and the increasing inequity in, financial inequity and everything else. So do it for yourself, do it for your children. Everyone deserves a positive future. And the only way we're going to do that is by working hard to get out the vote, and to do that, we need money. So also, if you have any questions about making a donation or becoming a sustaining donor or anything like that, you can contact our treasurer at democratsabroad.de.
Okay.
So what else have we got here? The next thing is helping students get out the vote. So one of our important constituencies are students who come and do their study abroad. We have a action here that you can do. You can ask your stateside alma mater to help students that are going abroad vote from abroad. Basically, we've got a script here. It tells you everything you need to do, how to find the program at your school, what to tell them, and just ask them if they'll include information about vote from abroad in their packets for going overseas. It is nonpartisan, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't say anything about, you know, vote for a Democrat, you know, or anything like that. So most schools will accept it. And it's really important. This is another really important constituency that we have to, yeah, we have to get students who are abroad to vote. A lot of them don't even know that they're going to vote, that they're able to vote. That's just like a lot of people that are overseas, Americans, don't know they can vote also.
That's true. That's really true.
Yeah, so.
We ran into so many, you know, when we were out canvassing the area, and so many people said, oh, can I vote, you know?
Yeah, they don't know.
It's like they don't realize that.
They don't know. So it's a great way to inform them. All the information is here. You just have to follow the easy to follow instructions, and yeah, basically we'll tell you everything you need to do.
Okay.
Let's see. What's next?
There's the postcards.
Yes.
Coloring
Okay.
postcards.
So we have a postcard campaign. We are sending postcards to voters, overseas voters, who are not our members, but we have their information from the voter registration rolls. So basically we have this postcard. I don't have a picture of it up here, but there's a postcard that you can color in groups. It's a fun group activity. And you can write a little message on it that you send all the colored and messaged postcards back to us. And then we address them, so you don't have to deal with any of that. You don't have to deal with who it goes to or making sure they get out. You just have to send your package of postcards back, and then we address them and send them to voters who vote in battleground states of Arizona, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Michigan, Minnesota, North Carolina, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are people that are registered to vote, but aren't our members, and we just want to encourage them to vote.
Okay, very good.
It's a super simple thing to do, especially if you're at home. If you're on lockdown, you can, if you want, you can spend some time coloring.
Yeah.
And helping get out the vote.
So how do we get those cards? We can get them, I guess, there's people that have them. All the chapter chairs have them.
If you contact gotv at democratsabroad.de, then we can get you some postcards.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Yeah. One other thing that you can do that's really simple is ask organizations that you belong to if they'll put a link to VFA on their website or in their newsletter. Ask them you can ask them just to put it there, because if you belong as an American, even if it's a non-American organization, if one American is a member, there's another one.
Yeah.
And so every vote literally counts. Every vote counts. It doesn't matter if there's only 2 Americans in your club. Like, we need those 2 Americans to vote. Like, so yeah. But there's a lot of people that belong to fraternities and sororities, or you have a business or social club, or some other professional organization. And you can just ask them, try to make your requests sound as civic-minded as possible. And don't worry. What if they said no? It's okay. But you will never know what they'll say if you don't ask.
That's right.
There's a lot of people that are not American that support our goals. So it's more than likely that they will say, hey, all right, I'll just put this link in, because you don't have to, you can just a simple link. Americans abroad can request a ballot for the November election at this link. The end. It doesn't have to be some dramatic, oh, we're going to save the world, blah, blah, blah. Just simply a nice civic message, the end.
Right. And it doesn't have to be partisan, It does not have to be partisan.
No, it doesn't, because we want everyone to vote. Yeah.
And most people living abroad, most Americans living abroad, they see what life is when you have universal health care. you know, and
Yes.
they experienced that firsthand. So I feel many Americans are sympathetic or have an understanding to the Democratic. They lean Democratic. I really do, because we have the overseas experience.
No, yeah, there are
And
still some Republicans here, but even they are taking advantage of
yeah,
the social safety net in Germany.
that's true.
So,
That's
you
true.
know, like they
So
might have some ideas, but I don't think they want you to take their health care away.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not even a subject for debate in Germany. Like you would have a big revolt of people if you said, "Well, we're just going to get rid of health insurance and you're on your
Yeah.
own."
Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah, for real. Um, there's another thing that you can do on this list, and that's contact your representatives.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's, but right now we need to contact our representatives and tell them whatever is being done, especially if they're Republicans, needs to improve.
Yeah.
America doesn't have enough health care in general, and the tests are, I was watching the news, the
Okay.
German news last night,
Right.
and they were talking about how these tests were made there was a bunch of tests being made in Switzerland, and that they offered to give them to America, and to give them the test, and they said no. It's a 3-hour test. You get the results in 3 hours.
Yep.
And so this sort of thing is a shame. Like, we don't, everybody hates globalism, I guess, but thank you for coughing into your arm. Very good. You're practicing all the correct things. But yeah, so we could have had this test from any number of sources. We could have had it from Korea. We could have had it from Switzerland. We could have had it from Germany.
Yep.
But we have opted to develop our own test. And I don't know what that's about, but this sort of stuff has to stop. The same thing with Mitch McConnell deciding that they would vote on the bill for the coronavirus on Monday because he had to go. Like, okay, got to vote him out.
The amount of people are just exponentially growing that are contracting the disease in America.
Yeah, so by Monday, who knows what will happen, but he couldn't vote on it over the weekend on Friday because he had to go. Really. He has to go. We have to get rid of Moscow Mitch. So again, request your ballot at votefromabroad.org, especially if you live in Kentucky. If you're voting Kentucky, you gotta go.
You have voice there.
Yeah, that man has got to go. I'm from Ohio, and I grew up on the border of Ohio and Cincinnati, and so Mitch McConnell has been in my life like for almost, all of my life. He's been there, like lurking like a specter.
I'm sorry, honey.
Yeah, I know. So if we could just get him out of office, that would make my life a lot better, and it would make the lives of the people of Kentucky a lot better, and America overall. So again, contact your representatives. We've got a couple of ways. I put a few ways up here that you can do it. You can call the switchboard, that you can look up your federal, state, and local officials. And you can also use something called ResistBot. It's a way to contact. It's really simple. It's the easiest way. You can just send the word resist on Facebook Messenger, on Twitter, and on Telegram, and it will help you find out who your representative is, and you can write them a message, and then it turns it into a fax or an email or a postal letter and delivers it to your representative. It's really awesome. There's also something called Zero Fax. It's a way to send a fax in from anywhere. You get 6 free faxes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't cost you anything. Just you get 6 free faxes, and it's really great. But I prefer ResistBot. It works. I use it all the time, and it's great if you're on social media and you see something that you don't like. You can just go to ResistBot, type resist, send your message right away, and it can take less than 10 minutes to get it all sent out. And you
Okay.
don't really have to do too much to think about it. Yeah,
Great.
so one other thing, of course, follow us on social media, but we've got something down here. I've got something about RSP for our events, like and share. Yeah, that's a little bit on hold at the moment, but you can share any of our online events that we'll be having at the end of this month. At the end of this month, we'll be having the Women's Caucus and the Hispanic Caucus and the Black Caucus will be having a Women's History Month webinar.
Okay.
We're all coming together to do a webinar about how women's power and what we need to do to defeat Trumpism in a nutshell. The link will be in the show notes, and you have to it's an online event, and you have to RSVP to attend.
And that's March 24th, right?
That is March 24th at 7 p.m. CET.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So lots of things to do.
Yeah.
Go to democratsabroad.org/DE_help2020 and find all these things. Again, that link will be in the show notes.
Yeah.
Join us online for online events. Contact your congressman, color postcards and send them back. These are all things that you can do alone, where you don't have to be with other people. So,
right. Yeah, let's not lose our momentum. It was the primaries, global presidential primaries, was such an exciting time.
yes.
And I was, I think so many people are excited and pumped up. The ones that actually got to go to the polls and really vote, in person. In Saarbrücken, people were just so happy that we were there.
Yes.
And that they could actually go vote, and and there's a momentum there, and so we need to keep that up and
yes.
keep moving forward. This is a fight this year, and let's not forget that. It's
yes.
a fight.
Yes, it's a fight, because we are fighting for the millions of people that need help in America, and the millions of people that don't even realize they need help. They've just accepted that everything has to be the way it is, and that you're on the edge of suffering all the time, but it doesn't have to be this way. Donald Trump is never going to do anything for anybody. This will never happen. He doesn't care about anybody but himself. Right. And if you want to debate that fact with me, I'm happy to debate it online. No problem.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm right, and I know it. So I'm right, and I'm pretty sure I can find about 100,000 people who agree with me, just pretty simply. So if you agree that Donald Trump is not good for our country and not good for the world, then I urge you to vote, request your ballot at Vote From Abroad, do some of our online activities to help promote voting and, help spread the word. And then we have a fighting chance of winning this year. Can't let this be like 2016.
No.
I can't even imagine. Think of all the terrible things that Donald Trump has done since he's been in office, and he knew he had to be reelected. So now, with 4 years where he doesn't have to worry about public opinion, he can put more children in cages. I'll probably put some adults in cages too.
Yeah.
He can ignore the coronavirus or anything else that happens. He's trying to, at the time when people are supposed to be self-quarantining, that he's actually going to cut SNAP, or what people used to call food stamps, benefits.
Yeah.
which is insane. Like, is this the time to starve people when they can't even go out and, work? Like,
Yeah.
it's just the things, Republican dogma and doctrine is basically to hurt people. It's not to help people. They're not ever going to do anything to help anyone except for themselves, enrich themselves and their cronies, and and foreign investors. Yes, that's really it. And we just have to. It's very important. It's very important. It's very important to me. It's why I do everything that I do. It's why I joined Democrats Abroad. It's why I'm on this video, because there are literally millions and millions of people in America that need help. Our infrastructure is crumbling. One of the reasons we don't have enough hospital beds is because hospitals have been bought up by corporations and they've closed a lot of the smaller hospitals. Our whole economy is set up only to help. It's set up like nothing will ever go wrong. And we're not prepared for something to go wrong. And quite honestly, the effects of this virus are going to be felt for a long time.
Yeah.
Even if we get a vaccine, even if we halt the spread, like it's not, we need a lot of change to fix these problems. And I just hope that everybody can understand that and vote. It's very important.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
It's very important. Well, I think we've come to our end. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are, as always. Democrats Abroad is working hard to get out the vote. We are still working hard to get out the vote, even though we can't go out and go on the street. We can still do other things. So if you would like to volunteer, do something, go to the Help 2020 page, and everything you need to know is there. If you have any questions, of course, you can always contact me at communications@democratsabroad.de.
Yep.
And I guess everybody continue practicing social distancing. And thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Stay safe. Bye, Angela.
Bye, Vivian. Have a great weekend.
You too.